I'm with Jay Abramovitch. He is a colorectal cancer survivor, diagnosed in 2020 at the age of 36. So definitely not your cliche or stereotypical colorectal cancer patient of 50 plus. Jay, just you're aware of this campaign now to lower the screening age from 50, which would is the current age for routine screening in Canada, either through a FIT test, a stool test, or a colonoscopy, to lower it down to 45. Why do you think it's important to do this? What's your immediate response to hearing the efforts to lower the age for screening?
Yeah, well, I think it's absolutely incredible. It's definitely can't come fast enough because for someone like myself being diagnosed even like 10 years younger than that, the hope is one day down the road with the trends that we're seeing, the age will go even younger, but we have to start somewhere, right? So I think that bump to pushing it from 50 down to 45 is an incredible first step. And, I do know lots of people in that demographic that really, would benefit from that. And, unfortunately, over my 5 years in this space now, like I've lost a lot of friends, right? That probably would have been diagnosed a lot earlier stage and possibly could have been, cured or what have you if they would have been able to be tested earlier. So I think it's an amazing thing.
Mm-hmm. Just take us through your own journey. I mean, what is it like to find out that you have advanced colorectal cancer at 36 years old?
Oh my goodness. Like I I honestly don't know. It's been just about 5 years now, and I honestly haven't really found um, the proper words to really describe it, except for, it absolutely was a complete shock. I was blindsided. It was not expected in any sense of the word, like in any sense of the word. It literally had turned my life upside down, and not just myself, my family's as well, right? So it's definitely not just me that was affected. There was a pretty big ripple effect from, being diagnosed with cancer, but then being diagnosed at 36. So it was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was definitely, yeah, it was pretty much a gut punch.
Yeah, I mean, even 5 years out, cancer never really stops stalking you, does it? Emotionally and physically.
Oh no, not at all. And I think that's why I've become so involved in like telling my story publicly and awareness and advocacy work because I find just like many cancer survivors experience, as soon as you're done your treatments, everybody just assumes you're fine. You go back to
Yeah.
life, you pick up exactly where you left off, um, right? Because that's what you see on TV, and that's not the way real life works at all, right? I'm definitely not the same person I was 5 years ago. And it's not, to be honest, it's not a bad thing. Like I have grown a lot and I've gotten a lot of gifts because of cancer that actually are pretty incredible, as awkward as that might sound to some people. Um, but no, yeah, you're definitely not the same person that you were going into something like this. And I'm really grateful to, have a lot of great support around me and, been working a lot with a therapist and reaching out to a lot of organizations and support groups to, be in a pretty good space right now. But it definitely is never gone. It just kind of shifts and changes how it appears.
Yeah. I imagine, given what you've been through, how traumatizing it is, and it continues to be, that you just would never wish this on anyone. And so you must be looking at that 45 to 50-year-old age group and thinking, we can help save more people in this age range.
No, and you're absolutely right. I think one of the things that I learned about colon cancer specifically very early on is it is so treatable when it's caught early, right? Like it's like a 90% plus success rate when it's in its like early stages. And all that takes is a simple, whether it's like a fit test or a colonoscopy, or, if you do have symptoms, going to your doctor right away. It's I think that's the frustrating part is you see so many people that could have been treated at a stage 1 or 2 but get diagnosed at, let's say, a late stage 3 or even stage 4 because the system is just not in place to catch these things early.
Hmm. It is frustrating, and so is there a fair argument to be made that whatever it's going to cost us to test more people, 5 years, a block of people in that 5-year age range, we're going to make it up by not treating as many cancer patients, especially people with advanced metastatic cancers?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not a numbers person, but I've answered this question and talked about this topic several times. And even without having the details, there is no way that it is cheaper to treat patients with years and years of chemotherapy and complex surgeries and dozens of visits and MRIs and CTs, and the list goes on, right? As opposed to just
Yeah.
giving somebody a simple colonoscopy. There's no way,
Yeah.
right? Like there's nothing that somebody could say to me personally that would rationalize the fact that giving people a colonoscopy earlier um, would cost more money than actually treating somebody for cancer. Because I know for myself, there were several times where I asked my nurses and my doctors, like, "Hey, how much does this cost?" Right, and they were very open with me, and I had a very like I would say textbook kind of case. My treatments were very standard. Like there wasn't a lot of extra, no complications, and like it was in the millions, right? And I'm one person that had a very standard by the book type of diagnosis. And then you look at people that are on chemotherapy for years and have multiple surgeries, and it's just there's no way. There's absolutely no way that somebody will ever convince me that it's cheaper to treat patients as opposed to do the preventative measures.
Yeah. What would you say if you were lobbying the government today, your provincial government, to change
Mm-hmm.
the age to 45? What would your pitch be?
My pitch would be is that um, the way the legislation is now and like the standard of care that's currently in place is literally killing people. Right? It's people are dying because the policy is out of date. There's stats to show us it's out of date. Right? There's the people that are losing their lives to this to show like to prove that, and there's people being diagnosed every day at late stage cancers. So my message would be they literally have the power to save lives, and it's common sense. There's no like this is not a complex this is not a complex, hard to understand type of thing. You test early, you catch people early, they get cured. You catch people late, they need thousands and thousands of dollars of more treatments and years of care and potentially could die. So for me, it's a very easy decision.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome.
Thank you, Jay.